Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. It is me, Shadowback again, and today I am here inside of Madden 20. Guys, I'm sorry for the inconsistent uploads. I've been trying to do gameplays. I tried to do Navarro Bowman gameplay, didn't work out. I tried to do a David Carr gameplay, didn't work out. So today I'm going to be doing something a little different, and by the title you can see, I'm going to be showing you how to make your own quote-unquote custom plays inside of Madden. So what I'm going to do is just to figure out what play I want to make is I'm going to go to head-to-head exhibition, has the picture of Aaron Donald, and go to practice. And then I'm going to go into offense only, and you are going to want to choose the team of the offensive playbook you're using. So that way you can access your offensive playbook and have all of the plays. So then when you go into MUT, you'll be able to access it that way as well. So again, for this, you're not going to need any special playbook. You're just going to need to, you can just use any playbook. I use the San Francisco playbook. So yeah. Now, what you're going to want to do is, there are different ways to do this, but like what you want to do at first is, how many people do you want on? Do you want 3 tight ends, one wide receiver, 3 wide receivers? Do you want 3 running backs? Do you want 2 running backs, 3 tight ends, 0 wide receivers? So really, it's just what amount of what position do you want? So I usually I use this play a lot, the bunch, flanker, drive, but that's not really, I mean, that's just a basic play really, but what you guys are here is to make your own plays. So I'm just going to go ahead and find a formation that I like, and this tray looks interesting, and I'm going to look through and see what type of formation really do I like. I mean, really any of these work, since it's basically the same formation, but what I'm going to go with is, I'm going to go with PA post shot, okay? So that was A. And basically, depending on if you have like a wide receiver apprentice or a quarterback apprentice, which lets you give different routes, this might be a little different. And what you can actually do is, if you press Y on an Xbox controller, this will let you call an audible. And as you can see, here are all of the players you can do. So A is George Kittle. So I press A, and it shows all of the routes he can run, plus his superstar ability, which I'm pretty sure is tight end apprentice. So say I want him to run a streak, I can do left stick up, and then he's on a streak. What I can also do is, if I hold B, I can go onto George Kittle and use the D-pad to motion him out. So now George Kittle is all the way out there. So basically, here's the start of our play. We changed George Kittle from blocking to running a streak on the right outside. Now say I wanted Kendrick Bourne to run in. I do Y, X, and left stick to the right to make him run an in. Say I want Debo to run a, let's see, how about a curl? So left stick down, and then Emmanuel, I could stick with him running that streak. So it's like that, boom, and then Emmanuel Sanders gets a touchdown. Again, I'm not sure how these plays are going to work in online matches, seeing as it's literally just you making it up as you go. So again, I'll just stay in this play, motion Kittle out, put him on the streak. This time we are going to put Kendrick Bourne on this comeback. You're going to put Debo on a drag, so right stick down. And let's see, we cannot motion Emmanuel. So this is one of the plays where you can't motion one of the wide receivers. You can motion Kittle back if you want, and that brings him back to where he would be if he was blocking, but he's still running the streak. So then like that, and we can hit that, Debo going, and there. So basically what you want to do is you want to find that formation that you like, and you want, well, not really formation, you just want to find really what you want to see is how many of each position. So say I want to rock with one running back, 3 tight ends, and 1 wide receiver. There's only 2 options for this in San Francisco playbook. There's wing tight and wing tight, and there's 15 and 19 plays in this. So there's PA, Y drag wheel. So yeah, let's just go with that. And here is this Toyolo. I can motion him to the middle, which then I think, yes, no, I can put him on a block and release cross, which is right stick. So he would be blocking, as you can see right there, and then he's going to go ahead and go on that route. So basically, say I want Emmanuel to go with a smoke screen, which is just this like little RPO bubble, whatever. That's basically what that route is. So basically, let's just put Emmanuel on a smart route. So that it's a lot like a comeback. I put Toyolo on a block and release flat, which makes him go like the block, and then he'll go, and then we have to press Y to release, and then he'll run to the left. So basically, well, you guys already know what it is basically. And I can also motion people over. I can't spread them out. Dwelly, Kittle, I can move over like that, which kind of leaves Dwelly over there in the open, which is, in my opinion, kind of weird. Can't motion Sanders. Toyolo, I can motion. No, I cannot. Coleman, I can't motion. So basically, the only person you can motion here is Kittle. So you go with the RPO, bootleg, and then possession, catch it to Kittle. That play I might actually use in my spare time. It looks like it might actually work. So, say you want to do something else. You can go into play type. Say you want to sort this way. Like, what do you want to do? Screen passes probably aren't going to work. Hail Mary, unless you really like the formation, which, I mean, I kind of do, to be honest. So, we have that extra blocker, the one that I'm doing. It leaves the running back as a blocker. Oops. And we have that basically trips on the right and the single wide receiver on the left. So say I put Emmanuel on a slant. I put Kittle on a post. Kendrick on a zig. And I cannot motion Debo, so I think we put him on a curl. So basically what this gives you the out of bounds option, it gives you the comeback option, and it gives you the 2 crossers. So go like that, boom. If somebody's trying to user there, they might get stuck right about right here. So if I go down, and then I will pause, let the play stop, and then can I go to instant replay? Yes. So as you guys can see, we have our trips over here, we have our single receiver. So say, let's go over to Kittle. Let's lock on to Kittle. And as you can see, well, there's this cross right here, the Kittle and Emmanuel. If you're a user, say, and you were just playing middle, like, say, a normal zone, right? And what happens is, if I were that user, first thing I would do is I would probably shift over to this left side. And then what would happen is, one, I might get stuck with Kendrick Bourne, and then therefore leaving these 2 guys over here. Or what might happen is I am going deep, and I have to stay with one of these guys. So probably what is going to happen is I'm going to stay shallow. So I end up going and staying with Emmanuel. So I'm right here, and while doing this, I end up leaving Kittle all the way. It's really just honestly fun to screw around with. Like, say, let's do a shotgun pass, which means it'll give us more time to do this. if I go with the double China, it'll give us the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it gives us 5 receiving options. It gives us Coleman on the sway left. It gives Debo on the pretty much across. Kittle, kind of like a corner. Bourne on the drag, and Sanders on the in. So basically what this does is it gives you the 2 shallow options. Now, I personally don't feel like you're going to need 2 shallow options. It's just going to bring a second defender. So why even really bother? So let's put a manual. Now what we could do is put him on this hitch. So when we hike it, they cross like that, and say the defender there is going to have to make a decision if it's a zone. What they're either going to have to do is they're going to have to trust their other player. So say you're lining up right here, okay? And this guy, you're probably going to stay with him, and you're running, but then this guy switches over here. So then you stay with him, and you have that side wide open. Again, I'm not telling you how to make your plays. I'm just saying you never know, because all of this could end up working, and it's just interesting. So say we go like that, and see, that could honestly go extremely not good. So you really just want to have a mindset, like you want to not really, in my opinion, you don't want to have 2 routes basically doing the same thing right next to each other, and you usually want to have them going away from each other. So instead of like right here, where basically there are 3 people right in the same spot, so that's like 3 defenders, maybe you're in zone, so who knows, possibly 4 defenders. See, what could end up happening is this guy right here, Kendrick Bourne, number 84, he could end up going and catching that, or somehow interfering with the ball. Therefore, Emmanuel doesn't catch the ball. Maybe it bounces off, I don't know, interception, just something like that. So you are going to want to have the routes going away from each other. So let's say a zig. See, this, they're literally going like right into each other. That more or less works just because it has the, they're going basically into each other. So say there is a defender that could end up tripping out the defender, not really knowing what to do. Honestly, this slant here, that could be pretty nice. First thing that I really see is just how there's everybody on that side. Although Emmanuel and Bourne are going shallow, Kittle is running that way. Honestly, trail, see, that's even worse. If you guys see, literally just too many people in the same place. So you are going to want, in my opinion, not have people in the same place. So like this, if we just basically flip it, Kittle's just going away from them and just has so much more room, therefore possibly making a one-on-one play, so which is nice. So yeah, he's on the corner. If we put him on a cross and then put, say, Debo on an in, this could work. Honestly, I'm not one to say what plays are gonna work or not. But so yeah, let's just try and do one more play, and then we are going to wrap up this video. So say a standard pass, we're gonna go with mesh, okay? And honestly, I like the route that Emmanuel Sanders is running, that tight thing right there, and you can just have that clean cut. Honestly though, what I didn't like is how, when I hiked it, how first thing that caught my mind was how Dwelly was just not right next to him, but more or less relatively close to him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep Emmanuel on that, Dwelly, possibly, we don't want on drag, because then we have Toyolo, Kittle, and Dwelly all basically doing the same thing, okay? And that is not going to work out. So we are going to want to put Dwelly on possibly, I'd say an out. So basically he's going like this, and there. He's on that out route. And then possibly, I don't know if we can we motion him out? Yes, we can motion him out. So this is even better. So put Dwelly on the out. Therefore, like say you don't have a lot of time, you want to save time. you can go ahead, hike it, you have that nice possession ball, or you can get out of bounds to stop the clock. Honestly, just tinkering around with this, I just found something that I like. So again, put dwelly on that out route, and honestly, I think if you have enough time, the halfback wheels, so RB right there, is going to work really well. And as you guys see, Y there was intersecting. So we are going to change up Y's route. So first, put dwelly on the in, put Coleman on the wheel, because I accidentally took him off it. So see if we hike it, and he's on that wheel, Y is right there, and that's not what we want, because we want to not have the crowded people there. So again, dwelly on the out. I accidentally just motioned a manual. I did not mean to do that. But say you are doing that, we can now put Toyolo on the streak. And since a lot of people are over there, I meant to throw it to Y. So, my bad. Again, motion dwelly out. We're going to keep a manual on that nice little route there. Now, Toyolo, we are going to possibly... What we could do is we can put him on a pass block, which gives us more time to develop that wheel route. And really, right there, we just have ourselves a nice little play, because what is happening, I'll go into replay. We have, I think, was this Toyolo? Let me see. Yes, we have Toyolo on the pass block, so that way we have a nice amount of people blocking for us. Instead of 3 tight ends, it's only 2. So therefore, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 6 people blocking for us. Now, what Kittle's doing, he's doing this like sort of drag route, okay? So say you're using the middle over here. So middle zone, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be sucked in with this guy, right? And if you're a good user, you'll probably end up going back, which where's a manual will be. So then you'll either stick with a manual and have Kittle open, or stick with Kittle and have a manual open. Or say they're just playing super good lockdown coverage. You're just screwing around like, hey, everything's locked down. Since you have all those blockers there, you can now have this halfback on the wheel route open. And say somebody's playing their zone here, right? What's happening is this guy right here, I think Toyolo, when he's running that out route, it's dragging that person away from where this guy's going to be. So I literally just came up with all these plays on the fly. Honestly, it worked pretty well. So yeah, that is basically going to be it for this video. I'm going to stop recording and then start recording again, and I'm going to put these plays up against a CPU. So honestly, if I were you, maybe just do a little recording of what you're doing, or just write down the audibles that you called, so then you have, that way you know what you did, and then just try them out in an online match. Possibly you are up by a lead, and you just want to have some fun, or you're playing a friend, or you honestly think one of these plays is good. Well, yeah, so basically that's going to be it for this video. Again, I'm going to go ahead and show a clip of these plays against the CPU, and I will see you all in the next time. Thank you all so much.
I just wanna stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. But it's fun to fantasize. Oh, 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 oh. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even